is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
Did you hear the press conference of Gregory Coleman, the IG? He did say that this is a highly political case, did he not? So you don't take the partisans' word for it, you take the IG's word for it. He decided to bring this case based on a basket of evidence of innuendos, lies, and misstatement. And in the next few weeks, as we go through the preliminary hearing, we will deconstruct those lies and be able to put together a defense that is worthy of what we've done. It's a place for human beings. Unfortunately, that's the best the state can offer for Liberian citizens. It's unfortunate, but they are no better than me. As long as we're in a political battle, it's a political win.
The arson attack on the Capitol Hill was not merely an act of vandalism. It was an affront to our democratic principles, an assault on the institution that sustained our republic, and a deliberate attempt to destabilize our hard-earned peace. The perpetrators of these heinous crimes have been charged and will be subsequently forwarded to court. This serves as a stern warning, not only to them, but to anyone who seeks to undermine public order, challenge our collective progress, and try to exploit impunity. The Republic of Liberia will hold you accountable, and justice will be served. As we proudly announce Liberia's induction as a non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council on June 4th, 2025, we do recognize the global responsibility that comes with this honor. To hold this obligation sacred, Liberia must now exercise maturity befitting its role on the world stage.
We have some concerns about what happened yesterday with the CDC chairperson. I think that the video there doesn't look good. The police you see the police, I don't know what he did, and I think they should investigate that. What did he do? And then they collected him and just threw him in that pickup. This is the chairman of a political party. I think it was too reckless. Yes, it was too reckless. I think that we do all these, we engage with all these national engagements. There's a way we can address these issues, and that people would not think that we're trying to go after them. I think the way Jangako, is that his name? Yeah, the way you were handled yesterday is troubling. I think that going forward, I think the police leadership need to give their men some caution. I don't know what he did. I don't know what his charge is. But just say some of the video that was out of town yesterday. And then while coming, and then people say, I got one or two of these videos, people saying, so you see what happening in town? What's happening in town? I'm saying this against the background of the need for us to keep this place calm. It is in our interest to.
Well, thank you very much. First, the arson attack on the Capitol building is the most heinous crime in recent time that was committed against the state. The most heinous crime that was committed against the state, and everyone must take that into consideration. And the government has a responsibility to ensure that all those connected with such actions, directly or indirectly, or by means of conspiring, to bring everyone to justice. And we believe from the National Patriotic Party that the onus is on the government to ensure that those who bear the greater responsibility of burning the sacred chamber or the political theater of the country or the democratic theater of the country, those people must be made to account for their actions.
It was returned this morning, okay? We rejected for several reasons. I felt it was offensive for my mother, her memory.
We believe the arrest and detention of lawmakers plus other Liberian nationals is a witch hunt compounded by government's inability to address the bread and butter issues affecting Liberians. And so they chose to create a distraction that keeps the public distracted from the seriousness of the challenges confronting their lives, and that everyone is now focused on the arrest of lawmakers in the burning of a part of the Capitol building. When we saw the director of police rounding up members of the legislature, having them arrested on Friday, which means it was premeditated that these lawmakers should be arrested, not only because there is an assumption of the commission of a crime, that because government officials or the presidency they want to see them suffer. Or else, why will you arrest members of the legislature on Friday if it is not to keep them in jail indefinitely up until Monday? So the fact that President Walker passed on the instruction to have these individuals arrested on Friday is indicative of the fact that they have been witch hunted, and the president is interested more in vengeance than in justice. These are not people that are a flat risk. They are not wanted individuals on the run. They are available. So what provided the basis to have them arrested on Friday?
Did you hear the press conference of Gregory Coleman, the IG? He did say that this is a highly political case, did he not? So you don't take the partisans' word for it, you take the IG's word for it. He decided to bring this case based on a basket of evidence of innuendos, lies, and misstatement. And in the next few weeks, as we go through the preliminary hearing, we will deconstruct those lies and be able to put together a defense that is worthy of what we've done. It's a place for human beings. Unfortunately, that's the best the state can offer for Liberian citizens. It's unfortunate, but they are no better than me. As long as we're in a political battle, it's a political win.
The arson attack on the Capitol Hill was not merely an act of vandalism. It was an affront to our democratic principles, an assault on the institution that sustained our republic, and a deliberate attempt to destabilize our hard-earned peace. The perpetrators of these heinous crimes have been charged and will be subsequently forwarded to court. This serves as a stern warning, not only to them, but to anyone who seeks to undermine public order, challenge our collective progress, and try to exploit impunity. The Republic of Liberia will hold you accountable, and justice will be served. As we proudly announce Liberia's induction as a non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council on June 4th, 2025, we do recognize the global responsibility that comes with this honor. To hold this obligation sacred, Liberia must now exercise maturity befitting its role on the world stage. maintaining peace and stability within our border, and upholding the rule of law is no longer just a domestic concern. It is a paramount international obligation.
Did you hear the press conference of Gregory Coleman, the IG? He did say that this is a highly political case, did he not? So you don't take the partisans' word for it, you take the IG's word for it. He decided to bring this case based on a basket of evidence of innuendos, lies, and misstatement. And in the next few weeks, as we go through the preliminary hearing, we will deconstruct those lies and be able to put together a defense that is worthy of what we've done. It's a place for human beings. Unfortunately, that's the best the state can offer for Liberian citizens. It's unfortunate, but they are no better than me. As long as we're in a political battle, it's a political win.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong, and no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
People, great God, who must be acknowledged because he created great people. We are grateful to him. He is faithful and true, never reneging on his promises, but fulfilling every word that he uttered in the fullness of his time for our good. What a God he is, having kept watch over us throughout the night of last night, has set us into this day, as surely of his protective covering, his providential grace, his providential care and grace. He's God in himself, of himself, by himself. He is the God who knows the good people, a bad people, dictatorial, despotic, tyrannical, presidents, vice presidents, pro tem, speaker, deputy speaker, prime minister, deputy prime minister, politicians, journalists, business executives, just people of all spheres of life. He knows everybody. And he has a way of bringing the bad kings, rulers, to a pitiful, miserable end. He's God in himself, of himself, by himself. Thank you, people, for coming on. I appreciate all of you. It's another day again. Please share the show. Do that favor for us. We are getting into terrible times. Let the whole world know what is happening in Liberia. They can know from the rest of the world. When you're not sharing the show, share it as many times as you can, so that the people in the remotest part of the world will know what is unfolding in this village with tyrannism and despotism all over the place. A one-party state, a unity party country, the dynasty of Joseph Yamabwakai, which he can turn it into a sovereign country, rather. Share it as many times as you can. We appreciate all of you for coming on. Great day ahead of us. But before the great days are difficult days, and we face the difficult days ahead. Martin Luther King said, before this victory is won, some will be put in jail. Some will be called that Mr. Rivers, an agitator. Some will even have to go through physical death. And physical death is that price that one must pay to free the children from a permanent psychological, political, inhumane, and devastating life under the ruler. And nothing shall be more redemptive. We appreciate all of you. Christopher Yema, Butcher Island, Emmanuel Mason, Banga Bon County, Charles Fremont, Magibi County, Navarros M, Toronto, Canada, Fatu Conan, Magibi Kakata, Benson Victor, Harris Pedom Jr., Caldwell, Zoboyu Toby, Mamata Son E. Elderio A. Painesville, Charles Gray, Coffee Farm, Caldwell, Solocosia, New Georgia, Abraham Sharif, Painesville, Barbara Stanford, Brooklyn, New York, the United States of America, Carl Scott, Minnesota, the USA, Pastor Melvin, Destiny and Harvest Power, the USA, Sajoman, Kamara, New York City, Fatu Sharif, the United States. Good afternoon or good morning to you as per your time zone. Hope that you are faring well. Carl Scott, J. Jopa, Jayene, Capitol Building. That place is called For the Love of Money. Emmanuel Kuya, Bon County, Asata Miller, Red Light, Dine and Dennis, your residents in Manhattan, the United States of America, T. Max Willem, Patrick Fatrick, District Titan, Darlington Rule, New Georgia Estate, Heron T. Toll Jr., Iron Factory, Block Titan. No, that's Caldwell. Jackson C. Pony, Iron Factory, Block Titan, alongside the chairman of the Intellectual Center, Block Titan Intellectual Center, Romancio Latupan, Rico or Cannibal for short, Emmanuel Fire, Lower Magibi County, Masha Highway. Okay, all of you great people. Bappin Paul Lee, Johnsonville, Ralph Cooper, Denver, Colorado, Juja One-Way, Johnsonville, Stephen Yakardi, District 2, Lower Magibi County, Cotton Tree, and the names are just running like when you open faucet. Hey, my dear John brother, Stephen Coker, good to have you on. Thank you so much. You are a very good John brother. You are very good. Some people are naturally good in life. God has just few people on earth who are naturally good, and Stephen Coker is one amongst the few good people. Thank you so much. Good to always have you on the show. Thank you so much that you will always express concern about your country, your party. That's good. How things are, and hoping that things will get better. Yes, thank you so much, Tigo. Hope that you are faring well from your end. So share the show as many times as you can. We are in another period. Liberia's culture is just like a season movie. Well, scene 1 to scene 2, or episode 1 and episode 2. So we're giving out money today also. We are giving out money. The King's Cash giveaway. You can get 4,000 by just putting in $1 Liberian dollar or 70 cents US, and you have 4,000 when you dial *799 *24#, and your 4,000 is in your account. Play as many times as you can, and Tuesday 4,000. Yes, Tuesday 4,000. When you have that 4,000, at least you would not be accepting or rejecting. All right. So time is of the essence. Let's get into it. But just so you know, the one year I've been reading a couple of lines from the Bible, so it's clear. So let's get started. LIB. Claudia Aresi. You good? Yeah, okay. Samuel Kofi Woods Jr. Samuel Kofi Woods Jr. I know whether you are the junior of Samuel Kofi Woods, one of those who is ill advising Joseph Yeman Boakai. If you are his junior, well, not bad, but the father's act can be attributed to the son, but it has that character or reputational transfer can damage you along the way. So we are in today, and God is showing a sign why it is true that we are in rain season. We know that in June it rains, but the rain is not tense as we often experience with the months before June and after June. If you are keen enough, you will notice that the sun attempted to come up, the rain attempting to fall, just like two different elements on the same plane, but one is trying to hit the other and the other trying, just like that. I am saying this not necessarily to give anybody the impression or to cajole anybody, but I have taken up time as a Christian who believe in the fundamental principles of the Bible and of the fundamental principles, the cock of the Bible called salvation. And one of the ways you can understand God is by signs. And God doesn't work with anything but sign or signs. The signs precede the wonder. That is why he said signs and wonder. The signs indicate the wonder that is about to happen. The wonder is always in twofold, good or bad. But there is the sign first. And as Christians, we are told by God to read into signs. Matthew 16:3, one of 15, 16, 17, almost 20 verses. When he talked about the signs, when the Pharisees and the Sadducees had engaged him, what did he say? He never ever, God never ever. We overlook these things because signs most often appear in a simple way, so it doesn't make sense to us to read into them so that we are guided. We are self-guided or institutionally guided. Know what is about to happen. One of the responsibilities the sons of Issachar had in 1 Chronicle 12:32, if that wasn't the core responsibility, but I know it was the core responsibility or the singular responsibility they had, was to read the signs of the time to guide Israel. In Matthew 16:3, we see Jesus with that. He said, when the Pharisees and the Sadducees had come unto him, pressing him, because in their days it was difficult to, just like ours, too many things were happening. They had despotic kings, they had dictatorial rulers, they had bad, suppressive, oppressive kings. And these people who were half religious, half political, some purely political, they've decided to engage Jesus. And then he will talk about the signs. If you look up Matthew chapter 16, verse 3, he said, in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky, meaning in using your meteorological knowledge, expertise. You can determine, you can say it will rain today. You can say the rain is going to fall from morning to the afternoon. You can reach a conclusion from anything, the atmosphere. But he said, how empty is that when you cannot read the signs of the time, but cannot discern the signs of the time. We have to, as a country, put on our discerning cap. I am not being political yet. I will go into the politics. It is not because you are a journalist or a politician or a medical person or a military. So God does not reveal or does not give you the spirit of discernment. What did Paul say? He said, pray for the spirit of discernment. And you don't get the spirit of discernment by screaming and shouting. Jesus said concentration, observation. God is not aloof. God is not out of this country. God is hovering this country like he hovers every country. And God does not hover a country simply because he's God. He hovers a country for a purpose. He reveals himself by signs. Prior to the 1990 war, God revealed himself through signs in different ways, forms, and manner. We were insensitive. Fast forward, God revealed himself prior to the coming of Ebola. We were insensitive of the signs. Fast forward again, COVID-19 was looming, and God revealed himself through different signs, telling the people of this country and the rest of the world, this is what about to befall you. Be careful. Do this. God can reveal himself when he sees political disaster, when he sees economic disaster about to befall. He's in everything. God is not out. That is why when things are happening, people who are not sensitive to signs, they will conclude or ask themselves rhetorically in an emotional way, but why would God allow this to happen? Why? May I say to you, all of those things that you see happen, even in your personal life, God don't allow it to happen to you simply because he wants it to happen. He shows the sign before. The sign is to say, this is what about to happen. Won't you mind leaving that place or stop what you are doing so that the wrath will pass over you? We have to be very careful. We have to be very careful. You can pray from now until 2026. God cannot show you a sign. A sign is not prayed for. A sign is a keen observation by the Spirit. So Paul said, pray for the discernment of the Spirit to show you. And as he does, you open your eye. We have to be very careful. We're talking the politics. It's interesting. We're intellectualizing, but God is showing himself. It's up to LIB. So let's get to the politics now. It's not a good day in Liberia. All of us are aware. But say, what did the Bible say? It say weeping. Weeping, and what comes, what time? In the night, in the evening, whatever. Then he said, joy comes in the morning. The evil, the diabolical heart, the satanic heart never triumph over any good. No. The police director, his president, Joseph Yeman Boakai, and everybody making up that syndicate with the power they have, they succeeded in getting the former speaker not only out of the speakership, but in jail. As I told you yesterday, jailing, the jailhouse or the jail is not for specific people. Great people, even president, vice president, prime ministers, they've been to jail. It is in Liberia that we take jail to be demeaning. As much as it is not a comfortable place, it is not about the place, but rather two things, the content and the claim. The guys, they were succeeded in getting them to jail. They went in. Did anything happen to them? No. Did they get sick? No. Did they die? No. Is it going to have any bearing on them going forward? No. Did they emerge as heroes? Yes. It is a minus, a damning minus to the president and his people and Unity Party? Yes. The guys were in court today. Everything is being hurriedly arranged, hastily arranged, because the politics has to be fulfilled. But let me talk about the condition of the prison first. You do not know. You only look at the guys going in and coming out, or your excitement that they were out, they are out, and they were treated. No. We got intel as a matter of truth. We've seen this thing government after government. Not everybody in that Liberian National Police, Unity Party people. You have ANC, CDC, MPC, RPC, WOR. You have all the political parties within the Liberian National Police. You have all of the parties at the police or the Moravia Central Prison. Everywhere, all over this country, you have mixture of partisans. The ruling establishment partisans, they are excited, they are motivated to speak out, to come out loud, because they have the protection of their party. The other partisans, they are insecure, so they remain mute, as if they aren't in the country. They play a neutral role, but there is no neutrality, but rather they will just keep that composure, that self-composure of quietude, and observe and listen. That central prison, you can tell me that the people who are there are all UPs. Our intel told us, which I thought to share with you, that the guys were not treated. The condition was not as conducive. I know you were convinced that because they are high-profile figures, so they will give them a better treatment from the rest of the guys. If the guys were ill-treated, beaten at the Capitol building, they were humiliated at different points, and the government put them in jail, the executive put them in jail, do you think that they were going to, in clear view of everybody, the whole world, they were dealt with in a dehumanizing manner, least to say in a prison that is not, don't have camera, don't have CCTV, nothing whatsoever? I want you to go back, if you have the time, listen to all of the guys, their interview. The journalists who interviewed them were very smart, very professional. They stuck to the condition of the prison. They asked Dixon Sibo, the former speaker, Abu Kamara, Jacob Debbie. This question went around them more than 150 times. And if I were doing an interview with any one of them, that would be my first question before any other, and every other thing around there. Watch their response or responses. They knew that they did not receive the kind of treatment befitting a statesman in prison. But they would not want to give the public that understanding that they were not properly treated. And I can understand the psychology. These guys, look at them carefully. I beg you, look at them. None of you should get vexed with the guys not talking about the prison, or the talking about everything was good, the comfortable, it's the normal place for. No. When you hear people talking, you hear a person talking that there are other things the person has in mind, but because he or she is faced with this situation, wants to get through it, and after that, he or she a practical idea of how it was. Those guys were not properly treated. Not because you saw mattresses going inside, No, they weren't. The condition was not that favorable. But look at the condition under which they were taken there. They allowed them to stay at the police station up to 4:30, 5 o'clock. Then they went and locked them up. So the very first day, on Friday, ask all of them, or ask the police director and the rest of the people, where did they sleep? What did they sleep on? They were not taken on Friday with mattresses, pillows, their flash, and soft food like biscuit, juice, and all of those. From the police station, they were placed in the police vehicle and taken to South Beach. Ask yourself, on Friday, where and how did they sleep? Because they were taken there on Friday. They weren't taken there on Saturday. They were taken there on Friday. Ask yourself that question. Where and not where, but how did they sleep? Did the police offer them mattresses and payloads? Did the police provide them anything like soft food and other stuff? Because they are government accused, though released temporarily so we can still use the word prisoner, government prisoners. That's the reason why the government provided maximum security at Moravia Central Prison. Ask yourself, people, help me to answer that question. On Friday, did they sleep on mattresses? Won't you mind asking the police director? On Friday, it was dehumanizing. Listen to Representative Jacob Deby today. When that question was asked him, you could see the vexation, the anger. Listen to Abu Kamara, Dixon Sibo, and even before them, the speaker, when he said it is a place for human being. Not necessarily, he was saying by this expression, it was a good place. No.
For Liberian citizens, it's unfortunate, but they are no better than me. As long as we're in a political battle, it's a political win.
Oh, yeah?
Unfortunately, that's the best the state can offer for Liberian citizens. It's unfortunate, but they are no better than me. As long as we're in a political battle, it's a political win.
They accepted the condition of the place. It wasn't conducive. The government did not go, the executive, the police did not go ahead and prepare the place. They did not carry mattresses there. On Friday, those guys, I can assume that they slept on the floor. But they were prisoners now. But even all over the world, whether you like it or not, all prisoners are not treated the same way. All over the world. Even in the days of old, when Paul and his colleagues were put in jail, they were not placed in the general cell. Because of Paul and his colleagues' status, the Roman soldiers, with the instruction of their commander, placed Paul and his colleagues in a separate place. And they only had guys there to man them. They were treated right until God got ready to free them. This is not fair. Unity Party is only paying back because they said CDC jailed Gloria Musu-Scott and did other things. And that is true because when Unity Party came to power, I don't know whether it is possible, whether that is normal in prisons around the world. If you have experience, you can share that with me. We are learning. But it is only in my country, Liberia, that I saw that an accused found guilty by the court, sentence. The next government comes and said no and allow her to give a news conference in the prison and defy everybody. Even in prison, Gloria Musu Scott cannot tell us that she was ill-treated. She cannot tell us that she wasn't, the condition wasn't conducive for her. The guys, according to our intel, did not do well with those guys. I am telling you, on the 10th day of June, after everything, you will hear them say it. And they will identify some prison guides, not only the condition, but some of the statements they made to them. That will be doing it for that, but we are still within that area. The guys appear in court today because the government wants to fast track. The goal of the executive is to fast track the investigation, find them guilty, and let them go to jail between 5 to 10 years. The glorious card grudge is playing into this thing real good. The move today, and the chief judge never sleeps. The chief judge keeps watch, and the chief judge exposes lies. They had the guys arraigned today, or what is referred to as pre-trial or preliminary hearing. Interestingly, they had nothing sufficient. They've heard series of quote-unquote testimonies from people who say they are state witness or witnesses, saying exactly what they felt they could say. One of the testimonies that Fonati Kofa's social media post, his social media post was brought up when he posted Alamo, a 5-lettered word, Alamo. And the argument was the speaker knew what was about to happen, what they had planned, and he was rallying his militants to get started for the burning of the building by that post, Alamo. They also argue or presented in their testimony as state witnesses that if he didn't intend or wasn't a part, wasn't in the know of any plan to burn portion of the Capitol, and that expression that is always used is wrong. Let us stop using that expression, burning a Capitol building. The Capitol building did not burn. Portion got burned. So even the police director, other people, including us journalists too, creating the impression that the building was burned. That building wasn't burned. And all of us stay seeing the building. but portion of it, that portion they're holding these guys for, but the building wasn't burned. Portion of the building being burned is different from a portion. When a building burns, they wouldn't be sitting inside there under their air condition with their decks and everything. Their cars are well packed. All of their offices are cruising. Nobody would be in that place because it wouldn't be available for use. Portion was burned. Let us say it that way. Let us not give the impression that because the police, listen, now there is the media side of this whole thing, the propaganda media side. If we're not careful, we, the media too, will add substance to the police, prompt up charges. Because as we reported, that's how the public will run with it too. The building wasn't burned. If Gregory Coleman said they burned the building, you say no. Portion of the building was burned. It is because portion of the building was burned, that's why he called his expert in to look at that area. The building is the legislature, that place, the House of Representatives and the Senate. So if the building was burned, then they won't be over there. Yombli Kanga Lawrence will not be sitting over there knocking gavel presiding. The man who said he's speaker will not be sitting down over there presiding. No. In fact, they would not have taken Joseph Yema Boakai and the rest of the people on the ground that the following day. No. Portion caught fire. So they said, they told the court that with that statement on Facebook, he knew of what was being planned and he was inciting the guys to get ready. Jacob Debbie, according to them, let me just run through because it's long, very long. We don't have much time for that. Jacob Debbie, according to them, the state witnesses, was present in his car, having a discussion or a plan to set the building ablaze. They say the state witnesses, so I'm just running through because it's long. We'll give you a bits by bits and pieces. Say, just as Sam Andrews is sitting in a studio, in the meantime, I alone sitting in a studio. Then the police say, or the state witnesses say, the man sitting in the studio, what the man was discussing, that the Capitol building, to set the Capitol building on fire. But they weren't there. Nobody there. You know what the person, whether the person was even talking or not. But the fact that they saw him in the car, according to them. So the discussion that he was having was the discussion to set ablaze or to burn Capitol building. That's the reason they're holding Jacob Debbie. Imagine that. What did they say of Abu Kamara? The state people. They say India witnesses that they gave to the court. You could see the atmosphere. You could see people just murmuring and laughing. This thing is interesting. Like, I advise you, if you have the time, whenever the court call this case, go there. You can learn a lot too. You can learn a lot. Take off the political cap, just go there and see. They say Abu Kamara was the financier, the chief financier, meaning a person who can support something by money. So Abu Kamara made sure that he supported the burning of the Capitol. He gave money. The same they say of Dixon Sibo, that he gave 100 United States dollars for the guys to go and buy gas to go to the place and set the building ablaze. Then what happened again? State lawyers soon realized that the whole thing lacked substance, not weighty enough. So they started in, and there's this expression they have in intellectual discussion, begging the question. I think it's also in law too, but it's not in law as begging the question, but I think they have another where you know that you don't have sufficient evidence. You don't have sufficient case. What you have is not weighty enough. So you just try playing around, saying this one, saying that other one, and Your Honor, I think we have to call this person, and Your Honor, we have the day, and Your Honor, I think we need time. We pray for this. Just like that. Just like that. Just like you're on the stage dramatizing with no substance and worth. After they said all of those things, no sense inside, no case, the hearing was adjourned. The state can win that case. They will find a way, two ways. Listen, they will either find a way to compromise or just allow sleeping dog to lie, meaning they will not go to court, they will not be doing anything. It will just be like that. For Kofa and his people will be having news conferences here and there. One fine day they just go and say, we drop the case, just like they did with the CPP stuff. The state or the executive mansion cannot, under any circumstance, provide substantial evidence convincing, weighty enough. Neither can they win this case. And I like the psychology the guys are putting up. And it's good. Yes, it's good. I can explain that to you. In the fullness of time, we'll say. But we want you to be confident, relax yourself, be joyful, raise your spirit, enjoy yourself, be as normal as you are, eat your food, drink your drink, merry make, have full confidence that nothing they're going to do to those guys. The government knows, the executive knows, President Walker knows that he can go anywhere with this. His police director did not embarrass him. No. Let me not say that his police director embarrassed him. No, he embarrassed himself. They have started to feel the pinch of this. Just the first day, they are unable to produce anything significant in the wisdom judicially of the judge. Just the first day, they started to beg the question of buying time. With the big mouth the police director made, they have overwhelming evidence. They will see. You relax yourself. They have nothing. Who can ever believe these things they said today? Who can ever believe? So if you're sitting somewhere and you're even on your phone, the state will say you are planning to burn the executive mansion because you were on your phone. If you are somewhere and checking money or give somebody money to go and get something for you, the state will say you are the financier to attempting to burn the executive mansion. Look at these things. Look at, too elementary, too petty. Gregory Coleman, you mess it up. I think by now Bwaga should be telling his special assistant to write your removal letter because you damaged the country. I'm not saying you damaged Bwaga. No, you damaged the very that you're the Unity Party people that's also your. Thank God something that you did not work for. Your show that drama. Now, everything from that United Nations Security Council non-permanent seat, the people are discussing it, your government. Thank God we are government not there, that your government. All of the negatives now they're discussing. They can never, the people, they lie. They lie. They lie. They can produce anything. And you watch Gregory Coleman testimony because he will stand. He and the man who went in West Point that said they caused the mess. They created the mess at the Capitol building, and he was apologizing. Speaker Richard Kuhn. I told you this is a long haul. And thank God for the crack team. The crack team that is defending the speaker, the former speaker, and the rest of the guys. They have no evidence, nothing convincing whatsoever. It was just a playground today. When I say playground, no disrespect to the judge and the court. I'm referencing state lawyers. A serious-minded people down there today, the judge and other lawyers, the accused, and so that what unfolded today. The guys remain upbeat. They are confident that they will win the case against the government. The government has started to show signs of failing, signs of defeat. It's clear they can't make it. State lawyers are weak. They are just feeding on guesses and hearsay and right out and people's position. That's why I told you the last time that you in the opposition, you have to be mindful of what you say, to whom you say, the people you are sitting with. Because the atmosphere now is they're just looking for something to give the impression that the accusation against these guys are provable. It wouldn't be surprised before this day or weekend, you hear they have picked up 2-3 persons and say they are connected to the Capitol building fire incident. You cannot arrive at a conclusion of arson so quickly. That building ain't no one house or one room. Large building. And you concluded in no time the arson. And what did the police director say? Let me try to get that. What did he say? The police director conclusion for arson. He said the big black smoke was over the building. So because of that big black smoke, I'm using his words, I'm quoting him word for word. Because of the big black smoke, he said that was arson. The police director said because he saw the smoke. When the police director said that, what did you see on social media in no time? Unity Party politicians and Unity Party radio stations and Unity Party radio stations that identical part they were carrying. Some of it was doctor. That means we're in the era of technology now, and there's this software called AI. Yeah, it can change anything you want. You can just take this studio, and just get it into your computer and just put it. Everybody when they see it, they'll say, "Oh, Kings FM studio on fire." People who will say no, they're not true. Those who did, they will say, "Oh, that lie! Look at the thing that lie." You see it because it will look real. That's the technology we have now. Very sophisticated. The guys have no case. Sorry for them. It's so petty. Okay. Keep playing the King's Catch giveaway. That star 799 star 24 hatch. Play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. We are gradually getting to July 1st. July 1st is my birthday. And just so you know, hayaka, any diplomatic thing, yeah. So we ain't accepting anywhere we're getting closer with all I want to go. We're not going to return or reject any gift. July 1st, whichever gift, however it is, or whatever, we're not returning it, we're not rejecting. We ain't coming, I'm coming podcast on myself to reject. The people who can reject gift. Me, I told you yesterday, this morning I put that on Facebook. I share some verses with the people so they will see. The Bible has two returning gift and rejecting, the consequences that go with rejecting gift. You see that in Proverbs, you see it in Leviticus. So let's go. But before I can turn to you, we have to bring on as a reminder, which you ought to do, because we're in a terrible time. You need money. You only need a squash for $1,000. At least when you get $1,000, you win it. Then you can say, yeah, at least let me take $10 or $20 from there to send it to St. Andrew for your birthday. Yeah, that was, you ought to play the Liberty Fortune. Play a squash and win. George, I think it's $200, Yeah. Let's have a listen. Time that money. Let's have this reminder, then we can turn to you to have your say.
Time that money, use your time well. No waka.
Yes.
Pee-wee?
Yes.
What all the happiness for now?
Yama.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that making some of our friends in other countries can be building houses and sending their children to Google schools now come to Liberia, yeah?
What's that?
They got one Liberian company called Liberty Fortune.
Liberty Fortune?
Yes. This company bringing one game they call Liberty Fortune Scratch and Win game.
And how people can play this game?
Very easy. Buy their ticket and scratch the silver part on it. Just the same way you can do the scratch card. Then any money you see on it is for you. You can win different amount of money, all the way up to 10,000 USD.
So you mean when I buy the Liberty Fortune scratch card and build the silver part, any money there is for me?
Yes, and you only need just $1 USD or the same money LD to play and win.
But where I can get a Liberty scratch card from?
Go to the shops. Go to the boys who sell scratch cards and tell them that you want Liberty scratch card. Pay, scratch, and win. And then you take the winning card to their office at the Don's residence on 2nd Street, Tottenham Boulevard in Cinco for your money.
Pee-wee, thank you for this life-changing game. Liberty scratch card, we for it every day.
Spend small money and win big money. A message from Liberty Fortune LLC, the new game changer in Liberia. Oh yeah.
Time the money, use your time well. No waka.
Certainly, time is morning. Take advantage of it. Keep playing. Always play. Never stop playing. Liberty Fortune, squash and win. It's just a squash, and then you have 1,000. Somebody won 1,000 United States dollars. This weekend, another draw, 1,000 will go again. Okay, so I know I can see all of the lines are ringing, but we can turn to you yet until we hear from our man who has signed up to be on the show all of the time. Let's go. Here we go. And that's what has carried a rise, and it still carried a rise in the atmosphere. Thank you, Bernie Spear. You are 100% right. They want us to think stupid. They think we are stupid. They want us to believe that we are stupid. They've been celebrating hard these days. They've been celebrating hard these days, but they think we are stupid. They want us to think we are stupid, but we are not stupid. What a message. Yes. And that's true. That's true. What did you see the guys doing over the days? They've been celebrating. How did you see the honorable police director and his guys? They've been celebrating. Look at Nelson Fremont. Nelson Fremont at the Moravia Central Prison when they were doing those arrests. You see the man smiling. We're saying it boldly because the man on camera all true. The media people coming to the man, and man just laughing, enjoying it. Says, yeah, we subdued them. At least the Isa. That celebration right there, that political celebration, that what Bernie Spears is referencing. They've been celebrating hard these days. They've been celebrating hard these days. They want us to think stupid. They think we are stupid, but we are not stupid. Where's the honorable former Speaker of the House of Representatives? Where is the honorable former Speaker of the House of Representatives? Let's hear from the honorable Speaker, Becchia. It's one issue today, so I will give you ample time. This is a legal thing, so we're not mixing it with too many things. Yeah, we're taking it one by one or two by two. So you relax yourself. Zebaka to address 500 investors. 500 investors. Let's hear from the honorable former Speaker of the House of Representatives.
In the windows and this and we have identified a series of them, and there's nothing there. It's a mockery of justice.
So from the witness testimony today, are you complaining?
Listen, I'm gonna see that your post has your own connection with the fire. Yeah, the only people who can associate that post with fire are who are not where. When you have a mindset, you try to develop anything to that mindset. So you go in with a preliminary mindset that you got to be Kofa. So anything Kofa say will be.
Did the police IG call you, sir? There are information that he called you.
Call me for what? To apologize.
To apologize.
When?
Today.
No, I don't see no call for no police IG. Tell him not to call me.
All right. Why should
it? But what police IG? Why call it a bear? Thank you, honorable former Speaker. So the next time you will say cover burn the executive measure. Where do we go? Where do we get started? I always starting with the callers. Let's start with the text message today. Let's see. Bapping Paul Lee say, if you can sell your brother, the buyer has no reason to trust you. We inside. Ruth Sion said, I just heard stop pulling the lion's tail. God was speaking in reference to Councillor Fonati Kofa. May God have mercy on the current government of Liberia. Stephen Slatt said the government wanted to show power to Kofa, that Kofa and the rest go to jail. Gabriel West writes, our God is able. Bwaka and Genstart will be put to shame. Ibrahim Abu Sharif said, Almighty Allah is in control of everything. James Kama says, the witness went to the bathroom 7 times before ending his testimony. Yes. But I couldn't say, a long. We're taking it bit by bit in pieces. It come in. Don't worry. Israel coming on tomorrow. It will bring some. We scatter it. We scatter it with how they can say something that word the girl kind of expressions. Or chop a piece. Don't worry. Teacher like coming to already the men are lawyers, so that one part you're just leaving. Hamilton Nangbegba said, the government will compensate those guys, except they gave in to a compromise and they're not willing, the guy's not going to do it. No, don't go that direction. Don't think about that. No, the guys would not. He said, he went further to say, just like the Samuel 12 case, dead to never be resurrected. Reuben Bolt said, portion of the building was burned, but not the entire building. You are right. Thank you, Chief. Who else? Cornelius Green said this government will continue to pay back people benefits. It is one of the things they don't want to do for Kofa. They don't want to pay his benefits. They think this plan B going to fend off Kofa or leave Kofa to forgetting about his benefits. The strategy is not working because they don't know how to plan. Yeah. Okay, Chief, that one there, you're leaving. The party headquarters thing, the people, they own it. So let's go to the line now. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. It is the same as the WhatsApp line. 886 30 44 97 0777 9803. The women's line. Hello.
Yes. Good afternoon, Semanju.
Good afternoon.
Yes, same day the board of Tabu Rasta. I'm phoning in from point 4 to be exact with you said in Zimbabwe. You get me, Semanju?
Chief, you are on the air. Must I be saying yeah? You on the air. Yeah. Once I say hello, you means you on the air.
Yes, sir. Let me say happy pre-birthday. Semanju in advance.
Oh, that, and I was going to just be happy pre-birthday.
Yes, sir. I will be on our birthday. And when you play me that music again, they want to think stupid. They told us that things will be better. They told us that things will be cheaper.
Things will be easy.
It will be easy for today. Now, the way we can see that is to be jailed, former speaker to be jailed, lawmaker. But I will be as same as you heard because I'm preparing for
my man, ain't no celebration. Ain't no celebration. Job when the time getting closer, you know. Right now in our political discussion we're on. So
play me that music because the topic will be cheaper. Play me the music. I'm nothing stupid. Play me the music.
But my man, you can get it in that burning spear.
Yeah, but I'm not saying play me the music because I want people to know, like what people know, because they told us it will be cheaper, they said it will be better, it will be easier.
But you won't get it.
Want to think stupid.
Yeah, man. Sabu Rasta, you won't get it. Just tell your phone, and you get smartphone.
Yeah. I guess.
So go to YouTube. You click on YouTube. They will give you the search box. Then you put that not stupid. That all. Just put that not stupid. Then you will see burning spear in his black jacket.
Let me tell you, you are access to the nation. You are blessing to the nation. Sam. Let the people believe in you and listen to you. God will continue to bless you. Somebody when you keep your good work. Then the day you leave the radio, the media will miss you because you stand for integrity. You are integrity icon. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for calling too, Sabu Rasta. Hello.
Hey, Maju.
Yeah.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good as always.
Yeah, this is I just calling for the PhD. You know what I'm saying, Andrew?
No.
Anything you want from God or somebody do something to you, they lie on you. You know what you must do? Go naked yourself the way you keep for your mother womb. Naked yourself and cry to God and say, God on self. And I mean, I want to the people when I mean, so sent that was happy. And I knelt when I was coming up for that to jail. I cry in my room, they gave myself. I say on death, that's some people for them when I body. That the only way they will say it, they never the next day they will say it, but they will never say it. And then government will always be disgraced. I will always pray for disgrace for them when they're not doing the right thing. And I just want to say thank you to all of the radio stations, the Freedom Family, the Kids Family, the Banana Family, the Voice of Liberia Family, and all the millions that are speaking the truth in this country here. They must continue to speak the truth. And I want to say thank you. Thanks to the political parties that were able to join the CDC for them to speak for their right. So thank you, existing. May the Almighty God bless your radio station and promote you in Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen. Hello.
Hey, Sam Angie, my brother.
Yes.
How you doing, Papa?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Doing fine.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Sam Angie, this is your sister, my sister. I'm calling from Clarissa.
Yeah.
I'm not too well since on Friday, but I'm thank God for life today. So let my breath now cut off. God be the glory. Sam Angie, thank you. That means you play. Look, it made my day. They want to think stupid. And we're not stupid people. You told us you're going to do better. What is Weah? Today you come, you're running after lawmakers. You're running after Liberians. Beating all the taking their bike from the street where they pay their taxes. Then you want to say stupid. Yo, sir, I told somebody, I said that whole case is not a magnitude inside. I follow your small, you don't get magnitude, no magnitude, nothing inside. Now they're there for kids. Because for the dinner, it was answer. And they brought somebody to the country, say, say they brought international men, the men go in the plane and say, go get your report. What I saw is not answer. It's not answer. Today, they can't tell people what going that place. Then you catching people because you want to pay back. When somebody did something in the house, somebody will have there and you hold them. So you keep to pay back or citizen, their government, and partisan, and you see what's doing the right thing. They'll say, Andrew, that case will be thrown out to the window, and they will be disgraced, and they will pay that people. That money they stole here, they will pay the people, they will pay the people salary that they took, and the thing will go free, will not go free, and less for that up there. But I know they will not pay because they are very stubborn. I know that they can respect no cost, but they run into the court today. And the simple was telling you, say, the EK do sharp, that they carry case today. So, you can remember that? That day they said it's for EK do sharp. I'm telling now, I'm reminding them. So they're not EK do sharp, they're going to go to stop.
All right, my sissy.
Thank you, my brother, for having me.
Thank you for coming on too. So, if you are in the opposition, if you are a sedition, you get that song. Get that song. Let it be your item. But this is how you play. Don't play it to provoke the people from on the other side. In your room, in your lay place, you can play your song. So the song is by Burning Spear. It's called Not Stupid. Yeah. You play in your heart, in your yard, quietly. You're not talking to anybody, nobody talking to you. You just enjoy yourself. You know, if you are in the opposition, if you are a sedition, then you get that song. If you know how to get it, just go to the board that can produce music, download music, carry your money. They say, I won the song Not Stupid by Burning Spear. And you play in your room or wherever you enjoy yourself. You get your earpiece, you pull it on. Hello.
Hello, Sandy.
Yes.
Thank you for the program. But for me, I know I'm detailed calling from District 17. I know definitely that the government have no evidence at all against the people. Let me tell you what really happening over there. The point here is that once the guy won the government from the Supreme Court end, it was a disgrace to them. So they intend to just disgrace him to them before they can allow it to remain. But forgetting to do that, they are bringing themselves to more disgrace. Honestly, the next thing is the way the opposition organized themselves in a short possible time to move to the police station wherever. I think it prompted the government to put the guys out and to make them to know that no, the opposition are together. I hope they will keep on. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for calling too. Hello. Hello? You are on the air.
Thank you, Sam. Good afternoon. And I want to say good afternoon to those who follow in the show. So my name is Hussein Keu. I call from around Jacobstown, district number 2. So I listen to the different talking points. Sam, the government go to court now because they want to defeat somebody, right? Those people that have been forwarded the case, to the court, pardon me, to the court. The government
No, but
evidence,
the court is a place that you go to defeat your opponent.
Yeah, so
it is done. It is done. It is done. Listen,
yeah,
it is done with the judge rendering a verdict.
Sure. So either to prove the person is guilty or not guilty. That is a legal terminology for the reasons why people go to court. So, Sam, I don't get it when people say the government taking the people to court because they have no evidence and they have won. No, nobody have won. What we want to do.
The case has not ended. Today was the preliminary, and
yes,
where you have to prove, you have to give every justification or a prima facie to the judge that you are ready, that you have sufficient evidence to proceed. But what your party presented today?
No, not your party. So what the lawyer?
Oh, come on, man! Oh, come on, bye. It is your president and your police director. Everybody doing this whole stuff. What your party presented today? Listen, listen, my man. Listen, Chief. What your party presented today was nothing. Complete nothing.
Okay, fine. So Sam, let me say this, and I want our listeners to get the understanding, right? Sam, the law is reasoning, right? So, in fact, what the government has done,
my man, what kind of law reasoning?
Yeah, you have to prove beyond all reasonable doubt. So, the law.
But the burden is on you to prove. You said the people burn the thing. Your police director said that the people burn it. They tell them they put it in jail. The case started today. Your police director prior to today said they got overwhelming evidence. You went in the court now, then they start playing the Mickey Mouse thing. No, Chief. The thing makes sense. Let's go on the other side, man. Hello.
Yeah, hello, man.
You bring nothing. We in a court. We following the thing. Yeah, you just there making noise all over the place.
Yeah, hello, I'm doing my Grace. I'm calling from this 17.
Yeah, let's hear you, Grace.
You always man on the air.
No, the men are human beings. Yeah, the men are human beings like yourself. No, respect the man. Say what you call to say.
Yeah, but Joseph, I cannot get no case. Well, I would have glorious card delay. They want to all up somebody in jail. They want to even want to go open and do nothing about that. Over will not be so. I know how much start. You will not bring that low. So when they play like in a day, that play or as they see people go back into be. Therefore, speaker said delay. Somebody are learn. La can get means NSS lati. Le word they are all safety. They want put on up for it. That for speaker say they don't create tension. They don't go in a place. So and all the other group, who not company group. Only on a company buena play the open guilty. But when a company buena play fire against our egg. You know, I gotta say fire against our egg, but I don't know.
All right.
They play hard fire to get fire will go there.
You finished? Okay, thank you. So the National Elections Commission set August 12th for the representative by-election in Nimba County. August 12th, the National Elections Commission announced August 12th for the representative by-election in Nimba County. Samuel Koga left the House of Representatives, contested the senatorial seat, won, so there is a vacancy that has to be filled in the House of Representatives. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sam. This is Mike Brown calling from the Chiefs of Fire Bell. Are you there?
I'm listening to you, Chief.
Okay. First of all, let me tell you happy pre-birthday in advance.
Yeah,
I
enjoy.
listen to all of your United States, and the caller that left online, let me be frank. Sometimes when someone is in an error, you should make the person to understand. Who's in care? Sometimes when he come on air, when he's saying things, it's my own father, brother. I know he's good. He's saying things on air, and we know that it's not correct. When other people try to call and making to understand that what he's saying is not correct, you allow the people then to say it. But the only thing they shouldn't insulting, they shouldn't say something, but they should make it to understand what he's saying it for. That's all. But sometimes when the people is saying something, you say, "Oh, say what you say." Sometimes the effect can feedback. This we all have right on every radio station.
Chief, my man, say what you got to say now. Chief, the thing that I'm called to open, we're talking about is something, man. What's that? No, don't do that thing. What's that? So because you don't want somebody to call, who's in call, he say things that ain't make sense. I called him off. I counter him, and that was not sufficient. You should come. I tell you the last time, you don't do that. If you don't want to call your stuff, you don't do that. Let's respect people. Respect their views. It's not because you don't want it, so it should not happen. It is wrong. That's not humor. That's not how you live in life. You can disagree with a person, but you can avoid. You can avoid the person. Not at all. Let us not do that. This thing was just intellectualizing. The thing that now people now made it in a way now that people keeping grudge for certain people. They saying that the politicians been there, you're hitting your for y'all go see the people. You're in around, we can move around. Y'all go see the poor and be together. They're drinking together, they're eating, they're enjoying themselves. You're screaming all over, developing hate for one another, keeping grudge. That's why I say you don't risk your life for any politician because the people they are together on their side. Go and see them. Yeah, let's go this way. Let's go. Simply because you want the person to appear. The fact that the people can leave the radio station, they come to opposition radio station. It is a plus. What the people saying to you simply that you're making sense, you're making impact, you're talking sense, you're giving out substance that they're not getting from their own radio station. You think people, everybody on Earth can reason the same way? No. There are people who are partisans of Unity Party, but they're not comfortable listening to Unity Party radio. They prefer to come to opposition. So you can't say because they're not calling on that side, they come on this side, they should not. No, then you're being divisive. The fact that the people come to you, Jesus Christ can't sit there in the studio now, and people calling from this side, Jesus Christ will be happy. Because you know why? He will use that as an opportunity to convert them. And that is why, George, we are never reject anybody. And that's why you do in politics. You respect everybody's opinion, but you can push them away. Because when you push them away, nowhere to get in. That's why you see most of the churches in Liberia, they can't evangelize. They can't get people going to their churches. They can't get anybody like convert. Because most of the churches, some of the people, the way they call, that's the same thing you can hear them saying. Oh, move our chair, leave our chair. Well, I mean, when I can't win what I mean. So God said, well, then how you a win soul now? You can convert somebody politically, religiously, economically. The reason these guys can turn, if you right here, I'm looking at some of the comments. They calling, they insulting, they saying all kinds of things. But we can't stop there. The fact that they can use their time, energy, resources to come on opposition radio. They are doing it at their own expense, but they like the opposition style of broadcast. So you want to respect them, let them say. When they say certain things that doesn't sound right in your ear, that's why you have your mentor. Then the next thing, when that person drops the line, like you see people do all over the world, they come and counter. Nobody all over the world, even radio station on the dumper, you will never hear the people say that man monaka, that man monaka, he mona do it. No, they will call and say, Sam Andrews said this. Sam Andrews is not telling the truth. Sam Andrews, these are the facts. So The next time I Sam Andrew will be careful how he calls, because he knows that there are people who are very sound listening. When you put emotion in life, you always find yourself in a disadvantaged position. That's why the Hussein man, when you call, what did he say? He said the law is reasoning. That doctrine, AB taught us a year over and over, is stuck in my head. No. And you see, and what the people using over there? That's what the people using. They put not verse with each other. They allow you to explain yourself. When you finish explaining, the other lawyer will come and say, state counsel or state lawyer is saying X, Y, Z. Your Honor, these are the facts. That means the contrary what the colleague said. They will not tell the judge, let get us that our player, that our code here, the man not call here again or him not can. No. That's why we are striving to make the government, to make society better. As much as we chastising the government, we cannot equally, or we cannot correct ourselves too when we are in error. Let us not present it that we are infallibles or we are the best people and the other people are bad people. No. Martin Luther King said, when they put you in jail, be the best of whatever you are in jail by rendering what you can render to convert people in that jail with your knowledge. The same way you do. You know how many persons they call into a radio station, they say, organizing people counter them. And I tell you of an experience, AB show, where a lady called, she said all kinds of things to AB. Yeah, that right out. What did AB do? AB did not say, oh, the woman not doing this, she not coming here, or they're not her radio station here. AB used reasoning. That night I was excited. I say, yes, that's what it is. AB say, I leave you with the callers. Meaning they will come and address you. Simple. When you put emotion in things in life, you will always get it wrong. Be in a position, the same thing I advise you. You're still doing it. I advise you against. So when Unity Party people we in this thing as a warfare. I know what we're in. Israel know what we're in. AB knows what we're in. This thing is not a small thing. Our life is at risk. Our character is on the line. We're facing it head on. We are the ones who are on the air every day. Our names are out. Our pictures are all over the place. We are being discussed. The people who really know you, not necessarily that you are down. No, you are very significant. But we are the frontliners. So, when the people start doing some things now, just like you see them doing, you will not get jitter. So all the advice that I gave you, when Hussein call, you're jitter, you're saying, okay, why if another Unity Party person, not necessarily on radio, in your community or other area, they start saying some things there about your stand-up bearer, about your party, I know you're a jumbo, you start fighting, because you ain't get that strength yet. Like the people can say baby Christians. You people are baby politicians. You're quick to get jitter. The one who see me, you know how many times you praise Hussein, you raise Hussein above you make Hussein to be significant more than you. You know that when you're referring to somebody all of the time, oh, the person there, oh, the person there, you popularizing the person, you running campaign for the person, you're making the person popular. You know why George Weah don't react to people when they're saying all kinds of things? They're doing all kinds of things? Because he doesn't want to elevate them. He doesn't want to make them as important than he is. He sees himself as very significant. That's why the expression came from follow the leader. What you see the leader do, that what you do. You don't get emotional. We ain't even go nowhere yet. The ones on opposition men, United Party men, when they get ready, I think you will fight. They will carry you in jail because Gregor Coleman just want to hear CDC person was involved. I forget plenty of y'all get in jail because you're too emotional. You know how many times United Party people they provoke us every day? They provoke. Once they see us forget it. They kind of think that if we're reacting, then maybe time a day, either one of us in jail. Or in I go all around, say, oh, that King's FM, that King FM, that the people there, that Joe, we have people there. But all the trap they try setting, we can allow reason to prevail because we know that we are in a warfare. So I beg you, I hold your foot, your drop emotion, you allow reason to prevail. Just as Abi taught us that the law is reason, that the same way radio looking, radio that reasoning too. We're not fighting, we're talking. In a court, the people talk. They put in their minds, their ideas together. So when any Unity Party person call, they say this one, they say that one. You don't get emotional. You just wait for that person. When the person finish talking, then you're saying your missiles. You're saying your missile. You're saying your bow and arrow. Chop that person intellectually. The next time that person, because say, let me be careful what I'm going to say now because the people over there, yaka. You see, there were some people then they let to call on certain radio stations because they know the people strong. They'll just be waiting when you call, you start saying all kind of funny things. They can wait for you when you finish. That time they ready to chop you intellectually. So, so I beg you don't get emotional. You leave it. Respect everybody. It's good. Let them call. Let them call into opposition radio. It's good for us. It's good for us. Yeah. The fact that they didn't get anything to say. When you're saying something of substance, they know that it is the truth that you are saying. So it's hurting them bad way. But they didn't know how to erase it. Yeah, so I beg you, yeah?
Hello?
Yeah.
This is Rose calling for District 16.
Rose?
Yeah.
Well, Rose didn't get last name.
Baby.
Rose, baby?
Baby.
Oh, baby?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Rose.
Yes, I get on a blessed call. Because since the thing happened to my honor there, and I've been in peace.
Oh, your representative there, Rose?
Well, I really did.
Oh, okay. So you're from District 16, eh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been to myself. I can't put food my but in the money I will call a day.
No, you might eat Rose.
Yeah. That money I go in the market. I cook up my door. I eating and I since then I eat. But I have no blessed God for instance, God, I will fasting. I said, no, not you. I will move from here and go to my representative. I will book for here to go to my speaker. Say, Mashi, Abu is Abu sick. All I want, I small crying, I was crying at it. I said, God, what a minute of this. So I just want to bless God. The way God starting in, that I go with any. I will fast. I will prayer. We're not going in.
Yeah.
I will personal job. I get clean heart.
Yeah,
so
that's
anybody playing any evil against our honor over them, it will go back to them. God will expose it. Except God not sleeping. Except he not watching what going on. So I want to tell God, thank you for everything. Bye bye.
Okay, Rose. All right. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You're right. You're right. In everything, don't leave God out. Rose is right. Everybody should be praying too. The atmosphere is filled with all kinds of stuff. Your prayer is needed to in this thing. That's true. You keep praying. If it would need you to take a fast, you can do. Yeah? Yes. It's very important. I will talk about that. Hello.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
I'm calling for attention with Spirit of Monday.
Let's hear you, Mambenu.
Some people in the embarrassed. There's not a one, nothing again the embarrassed. She all the thing what they passing to speak up, play with this and now. They know Baba Latin and all you can't utter, they will tell against it. So they're looking for man, they're looking for all kind of play to pull out. Or no, because I see some of the opposition because they get because I'm one of people. So that they really looking for, and when they do it now, we are self-journalistic. So that everything was scattered by for the 2029 election, everything was poor. Look at our apple. Nobody will do hala live on Friday when we went there. Everybody will come for taking our photo. What do we taking our photo? Then they start laughing. They want to come and say, Oh man, I inside. I said I'm a training. All I love me because what they would speak on my training. I said I want to win it. Me say, oh man, I was saying now, nothing will happen. Nothing will come to all. They say they put in the death. I'm working the people. They have not seen no on the people. Please, they will put in the bill me at in the police. The handling that my body again can't come out. But they put in, they will not see no person that you have pressure. They people in the thing and they take
My Benu, your line cracking, oh. That the weather, the rain.
Well, so long, you know, they have to
all right.
It will not be easy. And when the market to go interview.
All right, my Benu. Let's bring
Thank
it.
you, Papa.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, my Benu. Hello. You went off too. Let's bring on my Benu sister. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
My Betty. My Betty, you can in blast, oh?
No, I'm not blasting. I'm happy.
Oh, you happy, eh? Thank God.
No, it's Saturday.
Okay, thank God.
Thank you. What on your side, everything can move. Thank God, thank you. You're doing well. Say a room. All your journeys, you're doing well for all. City said, you're taking your go yesterday. I'm sorry, girl. Your mother, your mother, talking with you. Say, thank you. That God bless you. They corporate it for all. Not one for person. It for everybody. Well, why the corporate will see it? What our children coming off. We send our children to school. They start up baby. I'm not children there. That's for them to buy our children way. Will I say that there? They will get out or they will free all the future will get it. That's it. You will not close. You thank you. You not get a corporate yet. You're not a we're gonna get it for fair. There's enough for all. We don't want to put in there. So they want to spare all. That's what I will spare all. Yeah? Why? What the problem? You let it party. What the problem? And I don't want to get a country. So we say, you're taking body at it. You're supporting us. That was better. That was more. Anyway, you go over be on your eye. You're taking. He's sorry.
Amen. My been a powerful prayer. Okay. Hello. You on the air? Hello.
Good afternoon, Samaji.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Mohammed Donald Sofana Jr. And I do join you guys from the Somali guy era. Samaji, I just want to appreciate
Donzo, where you are? You want to move from where you are so that your network is clear? Okay, yeah, it's clearer now.
Yeah, I'm saying that I want to appreciate you guys for your hard work for this country, because you guys always come on the radio, educating the Liberian people about what is happening in this country. Myself, calling this evening is to appreciate you and appreciate the entire King Jefferson family. And let me say kudos to the people of Lofa County District, Kwadu District. Thank you so much.
Let's go this way. Then we just take a few calls and then we move on. Hello.
Yeah. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
I am asking to you, Esther.
Let's hear you.
I tell God, thank you for your opening our eyes because we now really know where our president Joe we are doing to Waka. And I really want to Waka. Really, where really Joe we are doing to him. Everywhere Joe we are by there. So, somebody grace, you can't take it. So they grace what they bought get, you will never take it. So let him try and take care of us. And they promise he promised. Let him try and fulfill a promise. Let him start running after people citizens. So that's why I want to tell him. And the Waka men, Waka, I'm telling you now, we the Nigerian we suffering. So move for beyond our president, the Pastor Weah. That man grace, you will never take it. In Jesus' name, I tell you in Jesus' name. So
Amen.
so that one I cannot tell you, we suffering. We suffering. So that the one is supposed to do for Liberia, let him do it. You don't forget about petty jealousy. Yeah. You just living with God. You win. You in a chair. Why you look?
Hey man, you went off. Oh. You went off. All right. So let's have a listen to Representative Jacob Debbie. Yeah, you were to see him on the grounds of the Capitol building to see, you could see the anger, the vexation, the madness. Yes, it's too angry with Joseph Yuma Bwaka and his government for the kind of treatment they are giving them. You want to, let's listen to him, Representative Jacob Debbie, one of those the government said burned the Capitol building, or they say Capitol building, we are saying portion of the Capitol building.
We found this to a logical conclusion. We'll make sure that this is completed and we'll sue the government for that.
We'll sue the government. Right there, you see me. But you got me in jail.
No, I don't regret it because now all of my friends gonna know me. This government is you don't look. I have serious things to do for my people. You detain me up to this time.
What was that experience?
Logical conclusion. We found this to a logical conclusion. We'll make sure that this is completed and we'll sue the government for that.
We'll sue the government. Right there, you see me. But you got me in jail.
No, I don't regret it because now all of my friends gonna know me. This government is you don't look. I have serious things to do for my people. You detain me up to this time.
What was that experience? What was that experience?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
I saw my cousins were up there.
Oh yeah, I enjoy my time.
Okay.
We'll make sure that this is completed and we'll sue the government for that.
We'll sue the government. Right there, you see me. But you got me in jail.
No, I don't regret it because now all of my friends gonna know me. This government is you don't look. I have serious things to do for my people. You detain me up to this time.
What was that experience? What was that experience?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
I saw my cousins were up there.
Oh yeah, I enjoy my time.
Okay. You're listening and watching Real Talk on Kings 88.5 on this 10th day of June 2025 in the reign of Nebuchadnezzar. Let's take this break. When we come back, we off the Capitol building lights. The Congress for Democratic Change. Today is June 10th. They ran all over the place. There is a difference between making loud noise and reasoning. The government will make loud noise. Oh, the big CDC moving there. You ain't get all kinds of nonsense. Today is the 10th. What happening now? Today is the 10th. They should have gone there It's after 4, going to 5, 2 minutes to 5 o'clock, or a minute after 5 o'clock. By now, they should be throwing CDC things outside since they said CDC was evicted. That's what we're always telling you people. Just drop the emotion in your listen. Huh? Well, CDC also, they're putting CDC things also. Unity Party people will make you to think that you lost relevance as a party. They will make you to think that you are nothing. They will stir anger up in you. They will create all kinds of sin. You will get so emotional. Listen, this is a serious thing, people. I don't know how I should talk this thing. I know, AB know, Israel know what we in. Other opposition media people, they know the atmospheres that we're in is tense. It is it's just like the battle. You know the battle of Armageddon in the Bible? Huh. If you know, then you will listen. When we tell you say this, you listen. You don't. The people will do any and everything. You ain't understand what they call propaganda. We who know when we saying, when we're talking, then you think when you show emotion, you're doing other things, you think you can change anything. That your own say you're hurting. It can change nothing. That reasoning can help people. That means when you're talking the truth, that's why God say the truth. And the truth hurts and the truth can free you. So let's take this break. I want to talk about something. Yeah. I want to talk about something. What's happening? What happened with my man Bernie Spears? Stupid. Batman and all struck my man. Y'all get it song go. Me I get it. I'm an demo. So if you can get it now, then I hear that. They want us to think stupid. These few days they've been celebrating. Okay, so this is how we can go home on the show. Yes. This is how we can go home on the show. Rose said something which is very important. And I think I should talk about that and leave the last pointer. We'll talk about it tomorrow. This is important because now is the time. Everything in life is surrounded by it has the spiritual side. There are two sides of existence, the human side and the spiritual side. When you are in crisis, when you are being persecuted, when you are lying on, God calls for prayer. Prayer is not the weapon against your enemy. Prayer does not kill. It is faith in God, giving Him your approval to do as He wishes, since He has understanding of that situation. Be it in your house, about you, about your country, in your office, at your business center, wherever. When there is no prayer offer in times of crisis, persecution, God can move. You can pray not necessarily for yourself. You can pray for a friend. You can pray when someone of yours is in crisis. It doesn't have to be of relative. No. If you know the Bible, you know what I'm talking about. God instructed that in times of crisis, prayer and fasting should take place. Why did he say that in both the Old and New Testament? He wants to see the faith you have in him, firstly, and the love that you have for that person. It is what he uses to deliver. Some people have done that, and the next morning, the jailer went to the person and say, "You are free." The judge said, "He has nothing against you, as your accusers brought before him, having gone through everything." But initially, the judge was convinced. When you see it that way, the chief judge intervenes. The same way people pray, they fast, and the doctor comes to say, from our preliminary diagnosis, we discover XYZ. Now we've come, and with this second examination, we are saying not what we saw from the beginning or from the first examination. So we can do nothing but to discharge you from this bed and hospital. That's what prayer by faith does. Was touched when Rose said that, so I decided to not go into the second topic. I just tried to give a hint about the party's headquarters. Those who were excited, Unity Party people springing all over the place, and they made you to believe that you have been evicted. And today, the 10th of July, all your things will be thrown outside. Some of you got scared. Some of you worried a lot. Even as I'm speaking, some of you not too sure that beyond today, the 10th, CDC will be there. But that is substituted. We faced with this crisis. CDC is not faced with a crisis. CDC is not in crisis. That party headquarters is not a crisis situation. No. It's as simple as any other thing, like drinking a water with ease. CDC not going to move from over there. It's not the first time. It doesn't say that CDC isn't doing anything. Just because people not making noise in the media here and there, it doesn't say they are not working. The party is sensitive. That is, a CDC is a grounded, renowned political institution, not institution of children, but institution of educated men and women with high reputation and credibility. Nobody can wake up in the morning because they have access to Facebook, write partisanly or governmentally or UPly to make you to believe that you are out. CDC isn't out. Relax yourself. Feel comfortable. Live your life as normal. Believe in your party leaders. Since that thing came out, you didn't hear any one of the leaders saying anything, neither called a news conference to say that the party will be relocating because of XYZ. I thought people get jitter or get confused and emotional when they hear from the party leader that because of XYZ will be leaving this place. But if the party leader has said nothing, despite the noise all over the place, then I can be jitter. You have to understand, as partisans, it's not everything that you buy into. I can understand that very many of you not too strong politically and emotionally. But once you're not hearing your party saying anything to that, don't bother. Just say to yourself, this is not the first time. I know my leaders will handle it. So I think I already saying it now, and I thought to keep it. So let's pick up or feed on what Rose said that she's doing. If you are a sedition, you have to. Kofa may not come from your county. Dixon Sibo may not come from your district. Abu Kamara may not come from your county and district. Jacob Debbie may not come from your county and district. But they are Liberians, they are your legislators, they were lied on and still being lied on, and no one knows the future. We do not know what the government has planned. Every day, the government, the executive, is planning, they have a meeting, coming up with different strategies. Today, we are excited that they could not prove anything strong. It doesn't say it's going to be like that. Anytime the case is called again, it's because we don't know what they're planning. They don't want to lose this case. They know that if they don't do what they ought to do and they are defeated, it's going to be too terrible, too bad for the government. So just like Satan is consistent, persistent, uncompromising, never giving up, so is the executive. As much as we are upbeat, we are looking at it from the physical side also. We are doing what we can. Every one of us in the opposition, as stakeholders, radio station, business people, everybody, as much as you are playing your part, you cannot leave out the spiritual aspect. You don't know what happens in the realm, in the day and in the night. Only God knows. And that's why he instructed. Every instruction in the Bible is not exclusively for religious purposes. That's how the Bible is not exclusively, it's not an exclusive religious book. It's God's prophecy, God's instruction. So if he tells you that seditions, your lawmakers, have been lied on, I know, I see Joseph Yima Boakai, the police director, and everybody hearts that it was something they planned, and you people need to come to me in prayer with fasting. Then you obey that instruction. Everybody who had crisis in the Bible, or majority of the people who had crisis in the Bible, they prayed. The same thing, the only difference, the only thing that is not in Speaker Kofa and the rest of the people's situation is the attempt to kill. That's the only thing that is not there. Unlike Esther's situation and the Jews. When Esther was in that crisis in which she faced persecution, what did Esther do? She fasted, she prayed. These guys, individually, they are praying, they believe in God, they trust God to deliver them because God said it. In Psalm 50, verse 50, he said, "Call upon me in the days of trouble." It is the same as what the speaker and the rest of the people are going through. You don't have to be close to them, but you can pray for them. You can ask God's protective covering upon them. They are down psychologically. Don't see them like that. The only reason you see them like that because they don't want you to feel bad. They don't want you to break down. I didn't want to, when I was talking initially and started, I said, there's the other part, and I used the word psychology. That's what I was referencing. But let me just say it now, since we're using Rose, what Rose decided to do. All of those guys, they've broken down. This thing is not easy. It's not easy. This is a long haul. The government, the executive is planning a counterattack. As they plan a counterattack, all of us, why we are confident of winning, why we are playing our individual roles, we must equally not leave God out. All of us know that the guys are innocent, and there are several lines in the Bible that speak to such situation when people are innocent or when you lie on people just to persecute them. There where God comes in. In Romans chapter 19, what did he say? That is exactly this identical situation we find ourselves in. That's Romans chapter 12, verse 19. Look it up. He said, "Vengeance is mine. Do not retaliate." As the prosecuting, they taking Fonatikofa and the rest of the guys in court, they've lied on them. I know that it hurt. I know that they have broken down. I can see them from where I sit on my heavenly throne, but let them not retaliate. I will avenge on their behalf in the fullness of time. God knows that Fonatikofa, Jacob Derby, Abu Kamara, Dixon Sibo are broken. Just like anybody in a crisis can break down. There isn't anybody on earth who faces a crisis will not break down, except you are not human being, and except you were not created by God. These guys are broken. They don't want you to know that they are broken inside. Because if they show sign or signs of that, you too will break down. You start to cry, and it could lead to something else. It could stir up anger. Somebody could just decide to just do something to somebody. So you see them going to court. They walking, they talking, they taking journalist question, they asking them everything is okay. They say yes, things are fine. We're not discouraged. It is the normal thing to go in jail. All of those things, they're not saying it's not normal. No, but They are giving you the psychological part of themselves because they are educated people, they are exposed. It's just like what we have in our law, in the journalism law. Let me show it to you. Then we'll go. They say, the law say, Sam Andrews is sitting on the air right now. Sam Andrews is talking. By whatever means, Sam Andrews received a death news, be it his mother, father, sister, whoever. The law says Sam Andrews must not show any sign of dropping his tone the way he was talking. Neither must his voice start trembling, because when the voice starts trembling, now the next thing they're crying. Nor must he say on the air that he has received this death news of his this, if that. The law says the reason for that, all of Sam Andrews' listeners and even those who will just be bumping into the radio will get weak. They will start feeling bad. The reason the law say that, because the radio is therapeutic. What that means is we give hope. We bring out a life. We make you laugh. We give you the information and every other thing. That's why when things hurting us within, you don't know, because we don't make you to know. We present a picture like everything is okay. Even if our house is burning, even if we don't have a dime in our pocket, even if someone has done something, we don't show it. So many of you will think that everything is okay with us and all of that. It becomes in the evening, he's lecturing with you and laughing and cracking, joking, all the kind. But it doesn't say everything is just 100%. It doesn't say everything is 100% with Israel. It doesn't say everything is 100% with me. But that's what the law say. The law said once you sit behind the microphone, now you're controlling the people. Because if you show anything funny, they will start feeling bad. They will break down. That's what you see of those lawmakers. After everything, you will hear those guys saying some things that you will open your mouth. You can say in laboratory, huh? They're not sleeping well. No, they're not sleeping well. They're not eating well. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. Their body drop. That thing is playing on them. You know what it means, man, when people lie on you, something that you know about, you are not even dreaming it in your existence, and somebody just say you did this, and they subject you to torture emotionally and psychologically. They dump you in jail, and they stay insisting that you did it, and they want you to go to jail for between 10 to 15 years. The trauma moves on to their families. The home is unsettled because the child or children worrying too. The wife worrying, the wife can hardly sleep. That's what the guys are going through. They're broken. And nothing can strengthen them right now than prayer and fasting. Don't only do it for yourself when you want something from God. The Bible forbids selfish prayer. Selfish prayer is where everything is Sam Andrews. God, you know my problem. Lord, you know I'm in this thing. Lord, you got to do this. Father, you know my problem. Father, if you do this for me, Lord, I will have nothing but to praise your name. That's what the Bible calls selfish prayer. God never listens to that. But if you can look at the situation and say, I know in my spirit that Fonati Kofa, Abu Kamara, Jacob Derby, Dixon Sibo did not do this. I am taking a day or two fast. And I know my God will reveal the innocence of these people. And when you do that, you see God working. They are broken people. They are broken, but they will not show it to you. They will not show. No one has problem and come on the radio and say, I get it, other problem, the person did it to me. No. You can do that. Yeah, we go through some things on a daily basis. We receive all kinds of stuff, threats, and all kinds of things. But you don't see or showing any sign of that because psychologically it will play on you too. You will start feeling bad. The harder guys are looking. When you hear Abu Kamara talking like that, Jacob Debbie, the speaker, from a physical standpoint, you see them, you see them outside the talking, you excited the speaker, but deep down inside, their soul is troubled. Their soul is troubled. They are being persecuted. So you can take a fast for them. They are in the same situation like Esther. And Esther had to pray. The only difference is there was an execution. But we see what she was going through. If you look up Esther 4:1 all the way to 17. And what did Esther do? She prayed. She fasted. Don't attempt to all of the time praying for yourself, fasting for yourself. You can say to yourself, God, these guys are in this thing. I have not come across them personally for anything assistant whatsoever, but I know that they are innocent. And even if I don't know, you are the God who knows. I'm taking a fast on their behalf. And you will see. One day you go to the court, the judge, when prosecution or state lawyer put it this way, the judge put it the other way. When state prosecutor put it the other way, the judge put it another way. You ain't see that thing before? Everybody in the court, it be shocking that God working right there. So when state prosecutor, they say, oh, the other one. The judge say, no, they one ain't make sense. It's out. When they bring the other one, judge, when you see it going that way, that trend, that God right there. So because certain people took up time to pray and fast. So you can strengthen them. Yeah. Thank you, Rose. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. So that's it, man. That's it. You have more of that coming up tonight when Teacher Light, Anthony at Law, A.B. Weah comes on Face the Issues. Before then, the news is on at 6. You want to get the latest developments unfolding apart from what we talk about, other issues on King's Newsroom at 6. And then at 8 o'clock, the Radio Za is on. Teacher Light, Anthony at Law, A.B. Weah. Yeah. So thank you all. I appreciate all of you. So your mark July 1 in your book, July 1. I see you. If God permits, we're back tomorrow. I'm Sam Andrews. Shalom.